Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we're back here on BGP. Big Girl Panties Podcast. Shout out to everybody. Salute.
And I'm the resident anti-hero, Ronan.
You in the mic, sir?
Salute to you guys. And it's an honor and privilege to do this collaboration with BGP.
And who are you again, sir?
Ronan, the resident anti-hero.
And I am Adrianne, a.k.a. A.
And I am Sherifah, Sherifahmj. Hey. I'm Miss Neisha.
I am Ms.Lishey. And welcome to BGP. We got an exciting topic for you today, and we're going to kick it off with Mr. DS1 Ross. He's going to open up this broadcast.
Well, I know y'all been seeing what's been going on with Tyrese and his years of social media antics. Mm-hmm. And y'all got to stop messing with these old niggas. Because old niggas are stuck in their ways. Mm-hmm. They ain't growing. Mm-hmm. They're not going to develop. They're not going to be ambitious. You know, they're who they are already. Because throughout their life, they already been accepted that way. Now, if you're a 20-some-year-old woman, why are you messing with Tyrese? What can he do for you besides buy you a car? What can he do for you besides buy you a house? And after he do that, what else could he do for you? Where's the future in dealing with an old nigga? If you young, what are you gonna attain besides the basic necessities of life that you're supposed to work for as an adult? You're not supposed to go out and look for men to provide you with the necessities that you're supposed to get at as an adult. You're supposed to pay your own rent. You're supposed to pay your own car note. You're grown. You're not a kid. This is why kids, 21, 22, stop messing with these old niggas. Because what they're going to do is they're going to turn you into a female version of them. Mm. Because, see, then what happens, you've been messing with him since you was 20. Now you 35, and you stuck in your ways. What man gonna deal with that?
Right.
Because now you got to get back in the dating market. So you know what that means? You got to compromise. Every man in the dating market ain't like Tyrese. Mm-hmm. Who said you're gonna get another one? And you're 35. Men like Tyrese don't like women 35. Why? Because they can't control them and turn them into battle axe. And that's what a lot of these younger women are today. They're just old, they mentalities is shot, and they're looking for handouts. Like a nursing home. Hey, I need my tray. That's what messing with old niggas will get a younger woman who's not in tune with her femininity. See, going around just messing with dudes for money, that's not feminine. That's not feminine. It's not. Because what are you doing? But, you know?
So, let me interrupt you. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Damn it. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
That girl good.
Good save. My question would be, they say that you're at your sexual market peak in your 20s. Your 20s is when your body is banging and men find you the most desirable.
Right.
So, and then after your 20s, probably around 28, you hit the wall. So why are you saying so? Is it true or false that women should be, in your opinion, getting married before they hit 20, and especially to older men?
No.
Why
No.
not?
I think a younger woman should stay young and live her life. And because to me, life is about experiences. It's not about who you're with, who you're married to. It's about the experiences that you share with the people that's around you. So it doesn't matter if she get married. That's not going to make her safe. That's not going to stop her from becoming a battle act. Because old niggas turn young women into that. I watch it on my block. I watched it in my hood all my life. Young girls that want to lay up with the older dudes that's hustling and all that, they looking for guys like us now. You know what I'm saying? The guys that been positive, the guys that been went to school, the guys that been done certain things because they know the drug game don't last. Neither do the whole game. Neither do the thought game. So you run around being a little hot panties, little thought, sleeping with the older dudes, he giving you money and paying your car note and all that. He got 5 more of those. He got 5 more. And guess why he got 5 more? Because he could afford it. But you, as a woman, emotionally can't afford it. He gonna tear your ass up when you find out you're the 19th one. Why? Because you're not focused on being a woman. You think being a woman is... It's not. And this is why these young girls need to stop dealing with these old dudes, because after these old dudes fuck up their life, they're useless. That's why a lot of them hit the strip.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of them be on Backpage, because she don't want to get a job. Because now you got to go work at Walmart because your education low. Because you've been fucking old niggas your whole life. You ain't got no education. You ain't got no skills. So when sugar daddy cuts you off, where are you in life? That's your problem, not his. Because that's your life. And this is what young women got to understand. Go have fun. All these dudes running around, oh, these young women are thoughts. Yeah, she's supposed to be. Go ahead, get it all out. Get it all out. So when you get married, you're not looking at the nigga in the gray sweats on Instagram. Talking about, I wonder what that do.
Well, then
Because you're unfulfilled.
Then they're gonna say you're a hoe because you're sleeping around and you have a body count.
That's bullshit. Because so what do we say about the body count of cats? my point of it all is sex is part of life. Dudes who talk that body count shit don't have enough bodies.
Wow.
That's why they talk that. Because they can't handle that seasoning that's down there. It's kind of seasoned. A little too seasoned for them.
That's another show.
And it's a whole nother show. But, that's really what that's about. That body count shit is for suckers.
So when people count Lori Harvey's body count,
Right.
even though it has not been proven that she slept with everybody that she's in a picture with,
Right.
what do we say about those men? And these are old heads and young heads that's talking shit about her. What do we say about them?
Those are guys who are sexually inexperienced and they have inexperiences with women. There's some guys who only speak from the aspect of losing in relationships.
Okay.
Some guys only speak about, because you only could speak about what you experienced unless you lying.
Right.
So a lot of guys got their virginity broke by the hoe on the block who was smashing everybody. So his mentality is already that, because his mentality has been imprinted with that. And this is why you hear this going on. Lori Harvey is doing what she
Supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Facts.
Go have fun. You
Living
know what I'm
her
saying?
life.
Do what you do. Exactly.
So, what can a young woman actually offer a 20-year-old man?
Relatability.
And what else? Arm candy? She can be his arm candy. What?
Not really.
What can a young woman? I mean, if he got a bad one, or who he considers to be a bad one, then all the other men are like, "Ooh, you know, he got a baddie." But what else mentally, emotionally can she do for a 40-year-old man if she's supposed to be his helpmate?
Nothing.
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 Go ahead.
I just see a lot of low self-esteem on both parties. I mean, everybody has a hidden agenda. You know, she's young, he's old. Why do older men want a younger woman? Because there's something in them that makes them feel like if I have somebody young, I still got it. Just originates back to some type of deep something. Now, why does a young woman want an older man? He's older. I mean, he's out the door. He's already established and blah, blah, blah. Usually it's because she feels like she can get something from him, but which that goes back to some low self-esteem. Like, why do you need him to do something? So if everybody's accountable and really takes care of their issues, maybe you wouldn't see a lot of that. But it's all kind of drama because folks ain't taking care of themselves. That's what I mean. That's.
And I think it can go even deeper than that. You have a lot of young girls that did not have a daddy in the house. And so they gravitate to these older men looking for a father figure. And maybe not intentionally thinking that it would turn into a relationship, but something that they're lacking, that they're looking for in this adult, grown, experienced man that they missed as they were growing up as a young girl. And I don't think it's always intentional, but because that's lacking in them, they look for that attention from a grown man.
I think what older men have to understand, and you're 40 in your 40s, you are considered a sugar daddy to these young girls. They here for a good time, not a long time. You know, they're here to get flued out. They're here to get, you know, some Birkins. They're here to do things temporarily to go on trips, you know, to get to those 4-star, 5-star restaurants and have those experiences. And you should know that she may not be there just because of who you are as a man. You know,
She's there for Instagram pictures,
right? For that blue check,
exactly. for the blue check,
right?
You know, so
because here he is, a 40-something-year-old man crying about a 20-year-old woman and saying that he wants God to remove this sexual seductive demon away from him. Man, you look like a big crybaby. You look like a fool.
Respectfully,
And
makes
you're
you
really-
look like a tender dick.
and you're really and he's really talking about himself. You know, he's got issues. He want to blame it on. I mean, come on. Did you take care of yourself after you know, got divorced? Like, what did you do to help yourself? You got with her. I mean,
Yeah, I think he just keeps replacing women,
Yeah.
and he thinks that he's
accountability.
healing himself. Here's one thing. Tyrese did lose his mother this year. He did lose the man that was a father figure to him. But he's a very emotional man. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He talks too much in public. He does need to go and seek some therapy, sit himself down somewhere, because all these outbursts really opens the door for him to be abused, taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Used, played, because now they know that's his weakness.
But this is why emotional intelligence is so key. Like, it's nothing wrong for men and women, especially men, to express themselves. But you have to a level of discernment, when to let it out, when to carry yourself out, because it does make you a target. So when you go at the whole thing about the wall, when you got younger women dating older women, she hits the wall intellectually. Because all she knows is use her body, and she does that as femininity rather than being more aware how to move. For the older man, he hits his as far as leadership-wise. Because all he's worrying about is using her as a fetish.
Right.
And he'll do anything to prostitute himself and his purpose.
Yeah.
So that's where he starts crying and saying, like, she took all this. What did you give her that could last a lifetime and then the next generation?
Nothing. Because old niggas' whole plan is to give out dick.
And worms.
Old and young. Let's not twist that up. I know a lot of men, that's all they have to offer is dick.
No, we didn't say what they have to offer. We said willing to give.
Got you.
Old niggas only gonna give you that 7-minute special.
With the pill.
Right. And then y'all gonna go out and ride on Venice Beach. He gonna buy you whatever you want, but you can't get the 7 minutes out your head.
It's all twisted.
It's
all twisted.
Speaking on accountability is important, but the problem is we lack responsibility.
Right.
You can't hold yourself accountable. I'm gonna hold myself accountable, but you never do nothing.
Right.
Saying I was wrong is not just holding yourself accountable. After you hold yourself accountable, you now have to have the responsibility to not do it no more.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is. A person to say, I'm sorry, real quick. Or I punched you in your face, sorry. Oh, I cheated on you, sorry. But what steps are they making, emotional intelligence, to not do it again? Yeah. I'm just crazy. Yeah, but keep your hands to yourself. That's your responsibility. It's not my job to handle you. No, you are responsible for your own actions. Because that's what the police going to tell you when the police show up.
Facts.
And that's the problem. Everyone loves to scream the word accountability. Where's the responsibility?
That's the start. Accountability is the start, but it is true. If you are accountable because you know what you're doing, but it is true. A step after that, who's going to actually do something about it? So honestly, I feel like if there was accountability and then be responsible for that accountability, do something, then we might have something. But other than that, we're going to keep going around the same mountain. It's going to be the same thing, same heartbreak, same foolishness over and over and over again. It's like, who's going to really do something? Who's going to go to therapy? Who's going to really say, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of looking like a fool, you know? Is it going to ever happen? What y'all think?
But it's conversations like that separate between a relationship versus a relationship.
Facts.
Both of things, you find those elements that bind things together. When a relationship, you got to work. You got to make the ship run, keep it afloat. Relationship is trauma. That's what you're bound by, what you get off by. And it's going to erode in time. Is how long you're going to keep it there. And overall, it stinks.
Yeah.
And you can hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in here for 20 years. I just fucked up. But you never did nothing. It's my responsibility. You know, and old dudes is not with responsibility.
Right.
To no woman. His responsibility, are you okay? You got some money? Bye. That's all his responsibility looks like.
My way or the highway.
That's it.
Power and control.
That's it.
And Tyrese has been around the block. Tyrese has been around the block too many times. He's been married twice?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to marry this young lady. Okay, when one of your wives are crazy, okay, we can go for that. But everybody that you get with when the relationship is over, they are the ones that messed up. Like you said, no responsibility for what part you played in it. It takes two to get into a relationship, so it takes two to mess it up. You know, and so he's like a big old kid. And then I went on her Instagram page, and all in the comments he's putting mine. You know, every picture, mine. That's what little babies say, you know. And so he's looking like a stalker, you know, an old perverted stalker on her page. If that is truly yours, you don't have to leave a comment on that. On any of her pages. So he needs to grow up. He's still acting very childish. So he's not in his leadership excellence, you know. And they're just running amok and getting him and getting his money.
And to a young, immature girl, seeing something like mine, that's kind of flattering in the beginning when you see something like that for a young girl that's immature.
That first time, but...
Yes, but you just it becomes abusive. It becomes, like I said, power and control.
I mean, it might be flattering in the beginning, but when you break up with somebody, if you break up with somebody and they coming on your pages and saying mine and stalking and doing that and everything, that's not flattering. That's stalkerish. That's a problem. And at the same time, for that man, we've seen repeated behavior where he's gone on Instagram Live and crying and yelling and frustrated about what all women in his life have done to him. So I'm going to go back to what you said when you said you can hold yourself accountable, but then your next step is being responsible for your actions. So who holds him responsible for his actions?
But that makes you question. Like,
He's supposed to, but he ain't.
But it makes you question, am I in a relationship with this person or the idea of what they should be to me? And that's what people like, playing this little relationship cosplay. And they get messed up.
Yep.
Well, for the most part, old dudes don't feel like they have to hold themselves accountable. I lived enough life. I've done much. You don't like it, get the fuck away from me.
Basically.
I got the money.
Period. You don't like the
money.
abuse? Bye. I'll go get another one. And that's what happens. That's why I said earlier, when these young women decide to do that and they be so hurt and they realize it took them 10 years to catch back up in their life, it's because of you.
Yep.
It's because of you. You think everything is a handout. Men don't give nothing up for free.
No.
Nothing. Not even his attention. If I'm texting you back, it's for a reason.
Well, I agree with you saying, because like, that's the problem with sugar daddies. They like to grandfather people who didn't earn that person's time.
Exactly.
When you earn a person's time, you have respect for it. You just don't play with it. And 10 years, that's 10 years you can't get back.
And guys who look to buy your time ain't shit.
No.
Because at the end of the day, a man leads with the internal. That's why you hear all these stories about these rich guys who are horrible. It is because women decided to say, well, he's still a man because he pays for everything.
That's retarded.
Which, and that ties into the whole old nigga narrative.
Yeah.
Because where do you hear that from? Women who date old niggas.
Yep.
Niggas who got doodle in their drawers and all that. That's another story. But that's a whole nother story. But that's you know, that's the issue. You know, a young girl like Lori Harvey, she's supposed to be playing with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
They supposed to be humping like rabbits. But you got these old guys, well, you know, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to offer her half of my IRA. And a lot of young women are saying, give me that.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
And,
Go ahead.
and what's crazy about it is that who said that it's money? Like, that's going to satisfy the person for the rest of their life. Like, everybody's so mixed up in mismatched relationships. They don't even know where they're going. I mean, the truth be told, most of the relationships that seem to last are the ones that have a purpose.
Yes.
The ones that don't have a purpose are the ones like the Lori Harveys and we just going out, we're going to go to dinner on Tuesday, we're going to take pictures here. But what are y'all doing to come together and do something for somebody else? Those seem to last. Everybody right now I'm seeing is like, I want to be seen with him, or I want to have this and I want to have that. And it's just like, what do you guys want? Like, what's your substance? You know what I mean?
But the most important relationships you should have is with yourself.
Yeah.
And there's too many people who will put a ring on somebody who long divorced them before they even got there.
Facts.
That's true.
That's facts.
And he should not be having emotional outbursts in the public. Yes, there's nothing wrong with the man displaying his emotions, but that makes you question, where's his real friends at?
That's what I was going to say.
Where he should be able to pick up a phone and say all that stuff that he says online, you know. And she's over there like, I got what I wanted.
Like he said that in his thing. He said, when I got with you, you didn't even have a blue check.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, she got what she wanted, but I do agree that we do need friends in our lives that we should be able to go to when we have any situations. But I guess a lot of people have gotten comfortable with making social media their therapist. They get real comfortable with like going live, like y'all gonna be my therapist now, and I'm about to tell you everything that's wrong with the world, everything, every choice, everything that everybody did to me, instead of sitting on somebody's couch and having a conversation privately. So
would you say that when people do that, they don't want to heal, they don't want to be corrected? How can you seek outside attention from people that don't know you if you're really trying to go to the next level. It's all kind of kooks on the internet that will tell you anything, especially if they're going through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So do you want that help, or are you just trying to play like, oh, God, oh, look what she did to me, everybody? Yeah. And for the people that are your followers and the people that love you, oh, my God, this is terrible. But you don't know what that man did to her?
Facts.
And that is another aspect, that side of, I need attention today, so it might not even be like that. So there is a lot of faking going on just to get, you know, some likes or to get some attention or some followings and drama.
Right.
You know, somebody might be coming out with an album, who knows?
Or a movie.
Now
Good
my
movie.
question is, now my question is, as a young woman, why would you want to put up with that?
Right.
You wouldn't. Not a smart one.
Right.
Not a smart one. You wouldn't. This is why I do not frown on certain people that are in the limelight, like your Harveys or whatnot, because it kind of, what I've seen on her moves, she gets in and she gets out. And I think she see red flags and be like, nope, I'm out. You know, whereas somebody else, a lot of other women have been conditioned to believe, oh, he's older. Oh, he makes this type of, you know, this dollar amount. You better stay. You better deal with it. You better stick with it and be miserable just so that you can say, I'm with a quote unquote high value man or quote unquote high earning man, quote unquote provider, when really the motherfucker's batshit crazy.
But that makes you a platonic prostitute.
Facts. It's true.
You want to hold yourself your time and energy. For him, we have 4 P's. We're talking about protection, provision, procreation, and problem solving. When you got we got guys only 2 elements. He's a half-ass dude.
Facts.
You get half-ass results.
Facts.
And that's most of these old niggas out here.
Yeah.
They only,
Facts.
they not even protectors.
No.
They only could protect you financially.
If that.
And they don't really provide. They only provide you, you know, 7 minutes of fun.
Some dick.
A little cash app, a little $1,500
Yep.
cash app.
Here's $20. Here's $100.
Outside of that, what do you get from an old nigga?
And he figures with problem solving, he just put money on that.
That's it. Money solves his problems. So guess what that does? You're not a man.
Well,
Not a man.
Well, they're getting with these old dudes because the internet is telling you to get with a provider, and they're telling you that men don't reach their financial peak until they get around 45 years old. They tell you that you're going to hit the wall at 28, so you need to get you a brother, but you got to get one 45 or in their 40s, because the ones under 40 ain't ready yet.
They're not ready.
But they never warn you about messing with a dude who's spiritually flaccid.
True. All of that doesn't matter. If you listen to some of the Kevin Samuels rhetoric, he say women should only say 2 things, yes and okay. Keep your goddamn mouth shut.
And
do what I tell you to do.
How
If
did
you
that
don't
work
like
for
it,
him?
get the fuck on, because I'm the one with the money. Point blank, period.
So what these young girls got to understand is, and I did a show about it, a lot of these old dudes are Jonathans. That's what I call them, Jonathan. A John at hand. He's a John. You giving up all your little precious box to this old simp. He's a trick. That's why everything is about money. When we talk about providing, what else do he provide? Do he provide you with a black eye? Do he provide you with STDs? Do he provide you with a headache? Because he's a nag. Because he pay everything, you gotta be at his beck and call.
Right.
You ain't answer my phone. Well, I was shitting. Well, why you ain't take your phone in the bathroom?
That's disgusting.
Right.
That's old nigga stuff that a young woman shouldn't be dealing with. A wife's supposed to put up with that.
Right.
His wife's supposed to put up with that. Washing his shitty drawers and
Change
dealing with, you know,
change his diaper.
dealing with his PTSD and all of that stuff. That's for a wife.
Yeah.
But these guys trick younger women into thinking, oh, it's beauty over here, baby. Look at what I drive. I got frequent flyer miles everywhere.
Well, where are these young girls getting this mindset that, I mean, what us as, you know, we talk about sisterhood all the time. What are we pouring into our younger sisters, cousins, to re-guide them and redirect them so they don't fall for these old niggas?
Well, here's the thing right now. we are being represented by our lowest and our loudest.
Yep.
Every woman is not out here thotting it up. Let's correct that. Everybody is not out here hoeing around. But if you are on this internet, this is a powerful, influential
Tool.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your own set of
Mindset.
morals and values and convictions, somebody can easily persuade you to do the things that you wouldn't normally do. However, in 2022, women are waking up. They're not being shamed anymore. They don't give a damn if they're a single mother anymore. You're not going to shame them for that. Oh, you want me for my body? You're going to pay me. And that's because the men are supposed to set the environment, and that's the environment that they have set for the women to follow.
Yeah.
Look at me. I got some money. You don't want to give me? You want to give a Pookie and Ray Ray over here? That nigga broke. You giving them pussy for free. You can give me some pussy, and I'm gonna dangle the money carrier for you. I might give you a little bit every once in a while, but I'm gonna punish you every time your ass don't do what I say.
Yep.
So that's their reality out here. You either gonna sink or you gonna swim. And these women is like, well, fuck it. Give me a bar bag. Give me it this much. Take me on a trip. And I don't even like your ass. And when I'm done playing with you, bye-bye. And men don't like that. They like when they can do that shit to us. But now the women are hard and the men are soft as shit. But that's not our fault. That's women. That's the men's fault. You can correct me if I'm wrong, sir.
No. You're absolutely correct. That's why, on my channel, I talk about it all day. A woman is more than her sexual market value. So when you hear a guy constantly talking about, like Kevin Samuels, he's dealing with a trick.
Right.
This is a guy who pays for women, pays for attention, pays for highs, pays for picture. That's not a man.
Right.
Because he has no identity. See what I'm saying? So a lot of times these women got to understand it's not just about your sexual market value. What about your friendship market value? Who's your friends? If you hang out with hoes, I'm watching you. Don't tell me that's your friend. I don't want to hear that. Because birds of a feather flock together. I don't care if you don't do it, but you okay it. See what I'm saying? You ain't hoeing with her, but you okay for her to go get that money. So what makes you any different? What makes you any different? Because when shit might get hard, your girl might be like, well, you need to do what I did. And then you start thinking, well, you did make $3,000 last week.
Or, let's flip it.
Let's do it.
Now I need some help, but I was condemning you for being the hoe that you was, not that you hoe.
Right.
And then I need some money, and you be like, nah, I just hoe money. You don't want hoe money, do you?
Right. Where your nigga at?
Yeah, where your nigga at?
Where he at?
You know what I'm saying?
Where's all the standards you
Where
had
all that
before?
shit? Where your
Right.
morals and values at? You better go and sit.
Right.
But that all ties into a woman's that ties into a woman's vetting process. If you think you're just ass and titties, then that's how men gonna treat you, because that's how you gonna carry it. And as soon as you see a guy looking at your ass, how much? How much you got, nigga? Don't look if you can't pay.
Right.
And what I want women to understand is that's prostitution.
Facts.
And when you prostitute yourself, don't expect respect.
It's not common.
Don't expect it. Men don't respect hoes. Do what I say or get out, because I'm paying you. Get out. I'm paying you to leave. Service me and go. Outside of that, I don't have to respect you. I don't have to not call you out your name, because you behave outside of your name. You behave that way. And young girls who lay up with old dudes, that is the consensus amongst the older group of men. She's here for our money and resources.
Right.
So guess what we're going to do? We're going to run through her.
Right.
I'm going to pass you to my other homeboy. He out in Dubai. He could buy you a camel.
But they don't tell you what you have to do with that.
But he going to step on your head. He going to do a whole bunch of debaucherous stuff to you. Because you believe in your mind that being a woman is how I keep this box right. How I keep these titties right. How I keep that ass right. And old dudes love that shit.
Twisted.
That's why they love Lori. That's why they love Lori Harvey, because Lori Harvey walks in that energy. Look at me. Come get it. How much you got? She walks in that. Stop dealing with these old ones.
This is why men with their salt believe that eye candy is definitely gonna breed cavities over time.
Exactly.
You have to, and if he's values himself in his time, he asks himself, what does she bring besides her punani and her problems?
Exactly.
And he said that she wasn't wife material. My thing is this: you can't fly me around and order food and take me places, and you don't have to clean up, and you don't have anything. You don't have a job for me in the beginning, and then turn around and be like, "What you cooking?" I've been with you for 8 months. I ain't never had to cook nothing. Oh, you didn't clean up, but you didn't have a maid over here. Why do I? So you want this wife? You wasn't looking for no wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They were looking for
Because
escort.
you can actually, and here's the thing
That
about
part.
men, you can actually find wives. That's not what y'all really looking for. Y'all trying to turn these little exotic girls that you think are exotic and eye candy into these wives, and you want them to get the taste of the fast life and traveling, and then sit them in the house. They don't want to sit in the house. They want to be out there with you. They want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So would that say that some men have problems with vetting?
Yes.
Most definitely. Because most guys think what they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how they chart their life.
Yep.
That's why you got the so-called, or what they like to call themselves, educated lambs. I never believed in that. I'm educated myself.
Yeah, it don't make any
You
sense.
know, so the guys, they look at that and they say, well, they have an internal issue that stems back to having low self-esteem. A lot of guys who trick off their money all the time, those were guys who were undesirables back in the day.
Yep.
Facts.
You were undesirable. You was built like Lurch. You know, you look funny. You have a funny, quirky voice.
And smell.
You know, so right.
I have to piggyback off of that. I know some women that, I went out and they was popping bottles and blah, 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 and whoop-de, whoop-de, whoop. And I always tell, these girls, I'm like, that's what he likes to do. So what did he do after that? Did you guys go out? No, we just talk on the phone and blah, blah, blah. So when you saw him, you thought he was going to be balling out. But really what he likes is to be seen at the club, low self-esteem. But after that, he's not doing it. Just like the guy that likes to go shopping, but he's not going to be paying your bills because he likes to be seen in his clothes. It's like, it's just so thwarted. So, yeah, it's twisted.
But some people think it's cool to be an overpriced prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
And to go back to what you were saying, Mona, about, these women or these guys, these guys don't understand that, dog, you're a man outside of your wallet.
Facts.
And if you never feel that way about yourself, you'll never be a man to nobody. Because you're not a man to yourself. No. I always say this on my show. Men are the identifiers of the family.
Yes.
Without me, you don't know what you're supposed to do as a woman. If I'm your father, you don't know how to submit to a man. You don't know what to do. Just because you make him a sandwich after he finish, don't mean you submissive.
Right.
You making him a sandwich because you want to go another round.
Yeah.
Are you hungry too?
So what a lot of these guys don't do is they don't vet these young women. That's why you need to stay away from young women, and younger women need to stay away from old niggas, because the company that an old nigga keeps with money is the same just like him. All his friends is just like him. Whether they're married or not. They run around cheating. They run around doing them. Why? Because they got a woman at home who accepts it. And you know why she's accepted? Because her bills are paid.
That money.
It's like, dang, y'all get a job. Everybody need to get a job.
But it's like, and that's true. I agree with that, because I think a woman should always have her independence.
Yes.
Well, this is the thing, like me and my brother always say, it's like the longest distance you can feel is within arm reach. And there's some people who can be around you. You can be in a furnished house. But around the wrong people, you can be emotionally homeless.
Yeah.
Facts. And a lot of us black men, We go through that because we put it on ourselves.
Yeah.
Like Tyrese is going through a self-inflicted wound. So I always say on my show, we got to heal before we build. Before you try to jump in a relationship and be all you could be for her, what about you?
Responsibility.
You know you still don't get along with your mother. So why you talking about marrying this girl? She gonna be in your life for the rest of your life. So there's certain things that black men have to work out.
Yeah, I agree with you saying. It's like nowadays, it's not just the women. There's a lot of guys who've been taught to nurture their negative narratives.
Facts.
She's this, she's that. Most guys don't even get outside.
Yes.
No.
And it's like they go with social media. It's a curse too. There's a blessing and a curse.
It is.
Because you can meet solid people real time that you never would have met, just like this week. But there's other people who sit there and live their lie online.
Yeah.
And then when they step outside, they're socially awkward.
Yeah.
They're interpersonally illiterate. And then they suffer for it, and then they blame their problems on everybody else except facing the person in the mirror.
Yep. And that's why they like them young girls, because it takes the young girls years
To figure
for them
it out.
to realize that.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
And them young girls are nothing but a high. You're
That's
chasing
all
that
they
next high, and again, you got to do more to get that same high, and you lose time, resource, and your youth. So that's why you got guys broken, destitute, and popping pills like crazy.
you got a bunch of women out here, on
Lost.
demon time.
Demon time.
Cash, cash me out.
Look, can't get to the next dude because they're like, oh, this one was just doing this for me and just lost. I know so many women that just depended on these guys, and it's like they are so lost right now. Like a dog returned to its own vomit. It's like, girl, if you don't get yourself together so you can move forward, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
And I'll say it's very sad as a man when you have to teach a woman how to wash her ass.
What? That is true, but that's the fault.
Wait a minute,
of,
what?
That's the fault of their mothers.
There's-
That's the fault of mothers. If mothers not having those conversations with
What
their
is happening?
babies. I agree,
But
he's right though. It's true.
But it's not just the conversation.
Yes.
No,
you
you
don't
gotta
need to
show.
have the conversation. You need to show them.
Absolutely.
You need to do a demonstration. And then you need to go behind that and watch and see if they are properly doing it, or if they heard you properly and they're implementing you telling them what to do. Some heifers, how we get on the washing your ass?
where that come from?
But you know what?
I get into it.
I'll take it just a little step further to get away from the ass washing. I'm gonna go to the mental thing, because I do think that if you look at the way mothers of yesteryear are compared to now, mommies don't have the conversations with their daughters on how to be a good woman. Mommies don't show daughters the importance of submission, the importance of vetting, because a lot of times we're not in healthy relationships for them to mimic and learn from. So you're right, we're not teaching the daughters who are growing up to be young women how to be clean emotionally, right? I won't even just say physically, but emotionally, how to vet properly, how to understand the importance of, if you decide to go with an old head, this is what you're going to run across. These are the games that you are going to fall into, or that trap that you will fall into. And sometimes it can take years for you to figure out, like, oh shit, I'm going the wrong way.
Right.
But it isn't just the old heads. Like, if you
Young ones too.
Well, if you got guys that are not mentally mature, you're entering into a pedophile relationship anyway.
Facts. I agree.
So when it came to the whole thing about the vetting process, where with women, mothers are supposed to teach their daughters, take the vanity out of your vetting process. Look for something that's long term, that can gain something. Like all that money stuff, that short term, you build to the long term. But having to teach a woman how to do some hygiene for herself, it was embarrassing because I knew her mother failed her. I knew the father either abandoned ship or he was driven out. So that's whole heaps of problems that most guys don't want to stomach, or some guys, if they do, it's to an advantage where he can gain from it.
Basically.
There's a literal parasite.
That's really what the whole relationship is about. It's about this old dude getting his sexually needs met, and you able to go buy some snacks,
Right.
or pay your phone bill. But I got my sexual needs met. I'm happy. And that's what that is. And what happens is when he's just look at perfect example. Look at a Kim. She been getting ran through since he was young. Mm-hmm. This is why she don't know how to be a wife for Kanye. Yeah. She not to be a woman for herself and for her family, and how to go out and do shit and get shit.
Mm-hmm. Draw attention.
Yeah. Right, but she don't know how to tend to a man. And she's never gonna know. Mm-hmm. Why? Because of her mother. Her mother showed her, hey, this is what it is. And Kim been dealing with old niggas.
Yeah.
People forget that too. People like to champion Kim Kardashian, but she been dealing with old niggas her whole career. When she was messing with Reggie Bush was older than that.
Yeah.
When she did the Ray J tape, she was young.
Yeah. Her first husband was older. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And I didn't even know that. So, and now look at her sisters. Look at Kylie. How long she been messing with Tiger? Since she was like 13?
She was 14, 15.
And Tiger was what, 18?
18.
Yeah.
And what do you do when your mom serves as your madam?
A lot of moms are living their lives through their daughters now.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that is slowing down the process of womanhood. You're more focused on, oh, God, I can't be like that no more. Well, girl, that's fine. Wear it at. Oh, yeah, show a little cleavage. Like, a lot of that stuff. And I see it, during prom time when, dang well what she has on is crazy.
Right, yeah. It's inappropriate.
You know that.
Young lady. Yes.
Mom's living through their daughters.
Right.
Go out there and do it, girl, because she couldn't do it because she had her at a young age. Or she missed out on being sexy and being fly. So it's like,
or just the experience of the prom.
Yeah, that part too. Yeah,
or just the fact that she's spoiled and she won it again.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of women feel like, well, I could do this forever. No, you can't. No, you Sit down.
Yeah.
That part.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. Make us some blankets.
Get a sweater.
Sit down. Learn how to make grits.
Some homemade
a lot of
biscuits.
y'all don't even know how to make grits.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and just to bring it back to the dudes.
Yeah.
When you require only sex, you get what you get today. This is why a lot of the women, when they get with guys who are deeper than the surface level, you become the problem. You want too much. You always complaining. I don't know how to make you happy. Yes, because just back shots is not going to just do it for me.
Right.
Because what happens when that's over?
Right.
What happened when that's over?
Now
right. What else you got?
Well, I agree with my brother. It's like some guys get asked like, "Why are you single?" And it sounds very blunt to say. It's like a man can fuck you, but you have to provide him reasons to fuck with you. Like I like women who are intellectual, like who have a sense of humor, have a sense of life about themselves. Like if you say some things and I squint at you at least 3 times, we're done. We're just done. Because really. Stupidity make a man's meat soft.
It does. It does.
Okay, so
I know you.
we have kidnapped these men.
Here she go.
And we're trying to have a whole lot of topics. So I'm going to ask for final thoughts. Start with you, Mr. Ron.
I say when it comes to hitting the wall, you have to define your wall. If you're looking to erect that wall, are you willing to deal with the consequences of building that wall and suffering behind it?
Final thoughts about Mr. Tyrese.
Hold your nuts. Stop crying.
Oh.
Okay. Adrianne?
Tyrese?
Final thoughts.
My final thoughts are, young ladies, leave the old niggas alone. It gets so much deeper to me. I'm listening to everybody's comments, and just with working with women for a long time, I know some of the reasons why they end up gravitating towards these old dudes. It's sad, and you have so much more to offer. I think as part of as we call ourselves being a sisterhood, we need to grab some of our young girls, our sisters, our cousins, our little ones underneath us, and kind of give them some guidance on leaving these old dudes alone, unless they got a good life insurance policy and you the beneficiary.
Had to throw that in there.
Just a little curveball.
Sherifah?
Something out of it.
My final thoughts are stop being lazy and start figuring out some purpose. That's the answer.
Wash your hands.
Miss Neisha Williams?
My final thought is, you know, like it's been spoken earlier, besides holding yourself accountable, be responsible. And it's not going to be easy. Sometimes you do have to do a lot of work that you probably aren't used to doing as far as getting yourself into a better position. But when you do get to that better point, you stop falling into the traps that so many people fall into because they were never taught when it comes to dealing with older men. Not all elders really want to see you win. Some elders really just want pussy and moving on, and they will get as much pussy as they can because when they were younger they didn't get all that pussy. So now they're playing on your strings because you're younger and you don't know any better and you were never taught. So get to know you, and if you have some really good women in your life who happen to be older, have those conversations too and see where their mind is. If you have some older male friends, have those conversations and see where their head is, and see what they say about how certain men that you may be coming across, how they move. Because I bet you real men, and I hate using that term, a real man, but real men in your life that care about you and want to see you win and safe, they will tell you, stay away from that nigga. That nigga ain't shit. Stay away from that one. That one crazy. Stay away from that one. That one's unstable. You know, get some righteous people in your circle and make sure you do the work on yourself so that you realize that you are more than what's in between your legs. You are more than just face value. You're more than that, and that's my final thoughts.
For the ladies, stop being cum dumpsters. Stop letting these men go all up and through you and fulfill all their sexual desires, and he hasn't given you a ring. You know, it used to be said that younger women get with older men because they may have some type of daddy issues. But here's my thing that I need the men to think about. What if their daddy issues is that daddy never bought them anything? Daddy never took them anywhere. Yes. Daddy never, took them out on the town, and they're using you, your resources, your fame to cover that void in their lives that stem from their daddy issues. Also, look out for men with mommy issues. Yeah. Look out for men that are traditional, but they don't know how to institute the tradition. Stop just getting with men because they have some money. Money is not the cure-all. Young women should, if you get with someone your age, you're going to grow together. If it was meant for you to be together, you're going to grow together. You're going to advance. You're going to get greater. Older man, if you just looking to be taken care of, be prepared to wash, cook, clean, fuck, suck, jump, spin in a circle when he asks you to. Amen. Because that's your job. That's my final thought.
My final thoughts is, if you're of a certain age, I'm gonna say below 40. I'm gonna go that far. If you below 40, your man shouldn't be 57.
Right.
And I'm saying that because those guys, you're not gonna, women like progression, constant progression. You're not gonna get that from a 57-year-old. Yeah. You're just not. Unless y'all are married. He has a reason to be connected to you. Mm-hmm. See, what a lot of women don't understand is a man is going to do something for you if you're connected to him. If we just smashing, I don't owe you shit. Yeah. But if we together, we've been together for years, we've accomplished certain things and put certain things in order, a dude is not going to just walk out. Mm-hmm. He's not going to abandon you. Right. Because that's then cutting his nose off to spite his face. Right. That's like abandoning yourself. If you and that woman done built something, then hey. But what I need these young women to understand is build your own life. And I'm saying this Not because what these old dudes are, but I'm giving you real life advice. You're an adult. Your mama had you. So you're responsible for you, not him. He's not responsible for you until y'all are married. That's when he becomes responsible for you. Before that, you should have your own job, your own car, all that. And in a woman's mind, that shouldn't take away from him being a man. You know why? Because he has to be a man with or without you. And you have to be a woman with or without him. Because what if the experience don't work out? What if it's a fucked up experience? And that's what that's my final thoughts to these young women. Stay away from these old dudes because at the end of the day, they ain't got no foresight.
He said what he said. Like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment. BGP, The Book of Ronin, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and we out.
Bye.